Hi, welcome back. It's Jasso. Welcome back to DynamicTouch. Today is going to be a true talk video, and the topic of discussion is the hair typing system. We're going to debust this, we're going to break it down, and I'm going to dish out my opinions about why I don't agree with the hair typing system, why I don't like it in general, and yeah, so stay tuned. The hair typing system was originally put together by Andre Walker in the 1990s.
Why did you decide to start this hair typing system?
Well, I started it when I wrote my book called Andre Talks Hair back in 1997. And at the time, there really weren't any ways to identify hair types, and other than by race or culture. As an example, when I worked in the salon, people would call in to make an appointment, and the receptionist might say, "What type of hair do you have?" And the person might say, "I'm African American," or the person might say, "I'm Caucasian." And so based on that, it's pretty much how we categorized hair. But as you know, within the African American race and the Caucasian race and Asian race, all the races, there are so many different hair types that we all share. In my family alone, there's type 2, 3, and 4 hair types. So as you know, you cannot categorize hair based upon race and culture or where you're from. So I thought the best way to do it was to divide the different textures into 4 different categories. 4 being kinky, 3 being curly, 2 being wavy, and 1 being straight. And within each of those categories, there are subcategories. Say, for instance, if you're a type 4, you might have a coily texture, or you might have a zigzaggy texture, one that might be a little tighter than the other. So hence this 4A or 4B. The same within the curly hair texture, number 3. You might be a 3A with a very loose curl, or a 3B with a medium curl, or 3C with a very tight curl. So that's why I created it, so that I could devote a chapter in my book to each of the hair types. But unbeknownst to me, on the internet, people related to it so well that it got a life of its own and became the Andre Walker hair typing system. So that's how it all started. But now I use it to help people choose how to take care of their hair and choose what products they need to use.
For the hair typing system, I believe that it does not benefit you at all. When you find out your hair type, basically you find out your personal hair buddy. You personalize hair buddies that are out there in the world. So you're like, oh yeah, you go on YouTube or any other social media platforms, you're like, yeah, I know what my hair, this is exactly the type of hair that I have on my head. Oh, well, it looks like it. And then you're like, oh yeah, you start fishing for, oh, what do they use? Da 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 da. So since my hair looks like this person's hair type, let me go look for products that are accessible out there for my hair type, right?
Or that person uses.
Or that person may be using. So you end up going down the rabbit hole. You're trying to find out, oh, you buy these products, you utilize it, they fail you. You find out that they're working against you. You're not getting enough moisture. It's not causing any length retention in the long run, and
the product's not for you.
It's not for you, so you end up becoming a product junkie in the long run, and then you step away from the charting system totally, and then you start looking for other things that might benefit you. hence buying even more and more products.
Or going to relaxers, or leaving the natural hair like totally.
Yes, it could be very
Texturizers.
disappointing if you don't have that patience and the money to keep searching for products, searching for just more information out there in order to grow your hair. Not everybody that's your hair buddy is gonna have the same characteristics as your hair. Your hair might be coarse. That person's hair might be fine and silky. You never know.
But by hair buddy, like, what do you mean? Like people who fall underneath the 4C branch, right?
Well, since technically I would fall under 4B, 4C, right? So I'll be like, oh yeah, that person's 4B, 4C, so we must, our hairs must react the same way to certain products. They must be
the equivalence.
Yeah, it must be equal. So therefore I try to, you're like, oh yeah, let me reach out to this person and see what they use for your hair. But technically it's not going to help you because your hair might be low porosity. There's other things that entail for the natural hair. I mean, for you to understand your natural hair than just the typing system. The typing system alone is going to fail you. Yeah. It is failing you.
And I believe that it is also failing you because the same thing, to bounce off what you're saying, but it's almost the same thing. It's a classification system.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a classification system that ignores the little details about an individual's hair. Like what you said. Like hair porosity, density. Is it silky? Because we do have 4 textured hair, curly hair that's more fine, that's easier to break, so it's going to appear thinner than someone who has very thick hair. You have hair that's more brittle than another person's hair. You have hair that grows at different rates than other people's hair, depending on your diet and your genealogy. So that's like number one reason why the hair system is failing, because you have this label that's supposed to pinpoint what your hair is. So by that logic, it would also tell you what your hair needs, and it doesn't do that at all.
Yeah, what your hair needs, and then eventually hair growth.
Yes.
But it's not even a stepping stone. It's just a classification. Oh, they're putting your hair in a bubble. So this is, and it presenting to you. This is what 4A hair looks like. This is 4B hair, 4C. But how about if you're neither?
Yeah, like you often see on YouTube comments, girls who say, oh, I think I'm 4Z because my hair doesn't look like any of these girls.
Or also, how about if my hair is multi-textured? I have different coils up in my hair. There's different people that have, or how about if I have gray hair? There's a lot of people. One of my family members has gray, red, brown, black hair. And I have different curl patterns in my hair as well. And there's many females out there that do notice that their hair tends to, as soon as you start working with your hair and start to notice your hair out, when it's actually after washing it, you notice that your curl patterns, you have different curl patterns, and they react and respond to different products in many different ways. So to put yourself in a bubble or a classification saying you're 4A, 4B, or even try to mix it in order to say, oh yeah, it's going to lead me to hair growth. It's going to lead me to retain my length. I have a game plan now. No, it doesn't. No, you need more. There's more information you need, more steps you need, and sometimes even more money has to be laid down, more time spent searching for endless products.
Let's go into reason number 2 that the hair typing system isn't working for you. It's because it's being used against women with 4 textured hair.
Yes. So you walk into a salon, or you call up the receptionist at a salon. You're like, yeah, I would like to book up an appointment and do maybe just, I don't know, braids or get a blower or something. They say, what's your hair type? Or how does your hair look like? And you say, type 4, maybe type A, type B, type C, type 3B, whatever. Eventually they have a depiction of what your hair looks like, that's how the system's supposed to work. Now, they have options. They can either work with you or they can work against you. And most times I hear horror stories where people don't want to even deal with coarse Afro textured hair in general. So they might turn you away, give you excuse, tell you have to pay up front for more, because of your hair. It's so difficult to take care of. So difficult to work with. So I'm gonna charge you more.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna take more time.
Story time.
Because it's more of a hassle to handle.
Yeah. Now let me tell my story. Let me tell my story. It's a good one.
Story time.
Okay. So once upon a time,
not long ago.
Once upon a time, I was getting my hair. I was getting a wig made, and I was blonde. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, like this is my first time trying a blonde wig. So let me go to a professional and have them braid my hair down, even though I know how to cornrow my own hair. Yeah. I was like, obviously their braids would be neater than my own, and I can get like the full experience and have this person install my wig and walk out like feeling really good. So I get to the salon, and the person's taking down, and the salon has said, oh, we specialize in natural hair. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, this is gonna be good, I'm gonna get my hair done. So I go in there, and she starts taking out my hair. She starts combing my hair, and she's like, oh my gosh, your hair is so thick. And I'm like, oh, in my mind I thought that was a compliment. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome.
It's a compliment. It's thick. Yeah, I want thick hair. Everybody wants thick hair, a thick head of hair.
So she's like, oh yeah, your hair's so thick. And she's like, and then halfway through the hair process, she's combing through my hair. She's detangling it. First, she let me sit down there for almost 30 minutes. She's combing through, and she's like, oh, your hair is so long. Like, it's a lot of work. Like, oh, my gosh. And I'm like, if you're complaining about me, wait till you meet my sister.
She won't be able to handle all of this.
Yeah, and she said so. She's like, oh, don't bring your sister here, because she wouldn't be able to handle it. She could barely handle mine. So I was
a girl to do with long hair, and you thought short hair, natural hair was a problem. Now, what happens when it's getting long?
I know, my hair was...
Nobody wants to take care of you.
To them, long hair is something up to your shoulders. That was short for me. It was a little bit past my shoulders, but yet she was complaining because I have 4B, 4C hair. So she ends up doing my hair, yanking my head out. I could feel, but what can you do? You're just sitting there. You already paid your money. She actually told me that the price had increased. I ended up paying a little bit more. Now that I think about it, it might have been because of the labor. It might have been because of labor, because it was after. But I didn't put two and two together because I've never experienced hair texture based discrimination. Let's call it that. Mm-hmm. Hair texture based discrimination. So of course, if you've never experienced that, you'll be like, oh, okay. Like it was
your first time, but now thinking about the steps that were done throughout the day, you kind of like figured you were
so at the end of the day, she braids my hair, she plops on the wig, and I enjoyed the wig. I really liked the wig, but when I took my hair down, my hair was in split ends. It was in knots. It was a hot mess. I had to chop my hair off once again, setting back my hair growth journey. Months and months of growth once again.
Sorry.
Yeah, but does that story seem right to you?
No.
Exactly.
It's kind of disappointing, actually, because lots of people put out a pretense that they're able to work with your natural hair. And I always tell people, make sure you do your research, make sure you look behind, even though they're advertising, oh yeah, I do type 4 hair, type 3B hair, or whatever they want to talk about it, natural hair. Be careful, there's scam artists out there that just want you for your money, and then they end up damaging your hair. Or there's people that will flat out disappoint you, but I'd rather you disappoint me and tell me you can't take care of me.
But the thing is, but
at the same time, it's sad because they're discriminating against you because of time and labor. I don't know.
The thing is that most salons have the guise of natural hair, because natural hair is trendy. It's nice to be able to take in natural hair. But they're talking about 3 textures. They're not talking about 4 textures. When they say, oh, I know how to do natural hair, I know how to do a press on natural hair, 99% of the time, they're talking about 3 textures and upwards. They're not talking about 4 hair. Let's be honest. Let's tell it as it is. Mm-hmm. So this is something that the hair typing system has created, a type of discrimination and a type of ostracized, a type of, oh yeah, we have that good hair. Another thing is promoting this good hair. Like we have that 3B hair.
If you have a plop of hair on your head, you have good hair, no matter how it looks like.
So the third point to why The third point to why the hair typing system is detrimental to your hair growth is...
So it's working against you. The reason why is because of
marketing.
You said it. Say it again.
Marketing.
Say it again.
Marketing. It's a market. We've become... It's so funny.
Our eyes are open.
Our 4 textured hair has literally become a way for people to make money, a way for people to click on videos,
marketing hoax,
a way for people to snatch money out of you.
Snatch your money, snatch your time, snatch your attention. What else is out there?
I don't know, snatch everything. Like, you see a hair brand, we cater to all textures, including 4C hair. Like, it's become like...
Why is 4C hair ostracized? Why did you just say, we cater to all hair? All hair is all hair.
No, but even if they do, they say they cater to the 4C hair, it's because they want us to buy their product. Why did they separate it? I don't know. But at the end of the day, these people, they want us to buy their product. So this hair, you see a new company, they come up with, we have luscious hair, ultimate hydration, and this and that, and you're like,
it's a keyword
4C hair
for you to like, I see the code word.
Let me try it. Let me try it.
It's mine. It's made for me, you know. I'm type 4. Why don't I try it? So I go to the store, I pick it up, I try the product, and
your hair ends up feeling like toilet paper.
It feels like wiry mess, and our hair, when it's beautifully moisturized, it feels like light cotton balls, shiny, fluffy, just how God made us. Oof.
So now,
so disappointing.
They use us for marketing, and
then most likely you already opened the product. So how many of y'all actually return it after the first use? To be honest, I kept mine.
It's kind of the same thing with the
So you end up having a product that's just sitting on the shelf.
Yes. Unfortunately, we've become a way for people to garner money, for people to pull money. We take care of 4 textured hair. This thing works for 4 textured hair. And sometimes it does, but 99% of the time, it does not.
Yeah.
And it's a waste of your dollars.
So basically, this categorizing system, or what did you call it? Classification system is usually a gimmick in the long run for the marketers out there, those people that are business owners. They're putting out products. They're either hairstylist or somebody in the hair game that's trying to take your coin, take your time. What else is out there? False advertisement.
Yeah.
Because there's keywords now. Yeah. And you can clearly recognize that they're playing you.
Also on YouTube videos. A lot of people about YouTube videos, a lot of YouTubers or YouTube videos that take videos from mislabeled people. There's a bunch of videos nowadays I've been seeing lately of 4C hair compilations that people take other people's videos that they work on, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on YouTube, and they take it and they make compilations and they label it 4C just so you can click on it.
So it's clickbait. And for y'all that are watching complication video, make sure you look at the person whose account you're watching under. Just saying. Yeah.
And also, I want to talk about the fact that if you have a product that works for all hair types, including 4C hair, that barely exists, because what 4 textured hair needs is more moisture. More heavy stuff.
They love heavy products.
So
works for the type 4.
Why would you try to sell a conditioner or a shampoo that says, this is for 4 textured hair, this is for 3 textured hair, this is for 2 textured hair? No, we need the heavy stuff.
It can't be so. Because type 2 hair, according to the chart, how it looks like, it's very loose. So they cannot handle the thickness of the product, so it has to be watered down. Now, when you see other hair companies watering down their products, you understand they're trying to make money, but also it's not going to work for you anymore. That thick, lovely consistency that just melted.
Stop
It's not gonna work for you anymore. Unfortunately, sis, you're gonna have to try something else or add something else to your product. Who wants to go buy a hair product that's already pre-made and go add something to it? Something additional. Or not even use it at all. It's very disappointing. You work hard for your money. You want to reap what you just bought. You want it to work for your good, except for working against you. And unfortunately, that's happening a lot today.
So that's basically it. Let's end the video on this note. We are here. We believe in identifying the needs of individual hair based on an individual basis and based on characteristics. We don't do hair typing system here for kinky, coily hair.
It is not it. So if you want to find somebody that looks like your hair buddy, all means go. It works well for those business owners so they can have a visual note of what your hair looks like, possibly,
so they
before
can rob
you walk through the door.
So they can rob you. But we're going to just end this discussion here. If you guys would like to see a fresh new take on natural hair and our beliefs, comment
down below,
like and subscribe. Tell us what you guys want to see. Tell us guys what you think about this discussion. Put your input down below. And thank you for watching again.